I'm Karen St. Germain, the Director of Earth Science at NASA. I started my career in engineering, electrical engineering, and physics. And then I decided to go to graduate school in remote sensing. And at the time, remote sensing just sounded interesting to me. But it was when I was doing my first field work. I was flying through hurricanes on the NOAA P3, and we were measuring the surface winds, which is an important attribute of the storm. It's indicative of how the storm is developing. And while I was flying through the hurricane and doing the cool science, I also became very aware of how important it was to do this science so that we could get better at predicting hurricane track and intensity with the ultimate goal of saving lives. So it was really, the path was through science to serving humanity with science that really got me interested in it, and I became a scientist for life because of that experience. I've been very, very blessed in my career because I've had so many people who've invested their time and their energy in my development and my advancement. And that's been both developing me as a scientist, but also as a leader. One of the first to really invest his time was my graduate school advisor, Cal Swift. Cal was a NASA scientist before he became a university professor. And he taught me what excellent science looks like, but he also taught me about taking risk, about going out and doing field work and really going for it, even when I wasn't sure that I could, meet all of the objectives. One of my other mentors was a guy by the name of Gil Klinger, and he was my boss for about 4 years. Gil talked regularly about the power and how important public service was. And that really inspired me to spend the rest of my career in public service trying to advance science for the good of humanity. One of the things that is most exciting about opportunities in agriculture is the strength of the partnerships we have between NASA and institutions all across the country. I'll give you an example. My first job out of graduate school was teaching at the University of Nebraska, which is, of course, a land-grant university with a tremendous extension program. Extension programs are one of those really great partners for us in making sure that we really are both training the next generation of scientists who will go into agriculture or remote sensing science, or will stay right at the boundary of the two. So it's a really powerful way to get science support into agriculture. So if you're interested in getting involved with NASA science and with our agriculture program, ACRES, one of the best ways to do that is to get involved at the local level. We partner with universities and extension programs across the country. I know my first job out of graduate school was at the University of Nebraska, and we did a tremendous amount of work in agriculture through the extension program there. There are internships, fellowships, postdocs, lots of ways to get involved.